So welcome from home. This is our final showcase for our virtual Ag Field Day. Today we are going to be having our goat and sheep shows. The Ag Field Day is, the animal shows are typically our final exhibition. It's basically like having a final exam for the students who are participating in the handling and fitting course during the course of the semester. So these students have learned to handle, show, groom sheep and goats, and I hope you enjoy our show.
For class 1, we have Viviana Ladano with Charlotte, Derek Cavallo with Venice, Ananya Garish with Lauren, and Alex Saff with Aurora.
Okay, stop where you are. Okay, we can walk again. Okay, and stop again, please, where you are. Okay, let's make one more circle, and then I'm gonna have, just make one more circle, sorry. And Viviana, I'll have you start a side-by-side line facing the fairing house, please, and then everybody else can fall in. Perfect. Yes, yep, side by side line. And how are you today?
Doing good.
And can you tell me how old your goat is?
She is 11 because her tag starts with a 0, so I believe that's 2010.
And what breed she is?
She's Alpine.
Good. And I'm gonna look under the table. And can you tell me where the withers are?
They're right here. It's the point where the shoulder meets the two shoulder blades meet.
Very good. And how about the stifle?
The stifle should be somewhere right here.
Yeah, very good. The joint actually right here. Really good. Hello.
Hello.
How are you today?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. We're showing goats. It's a good day. And can you tell me how old your goat is?
He's about 10 years old.
And what breed she is?
She's an alpine goat.
And can you tell me where the hock is?
Hawk is right here on the leg.
Good. And how about the pastern?
The pastern is this part of the foot.
Very good. Nice job.
Thank
Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. And can you tell me how old your goat is?
Lauren is 10.
And can you tell me what breed she is?
She's an alpine goat.
Good. And can you tell me where the withers are?
Here.
Good. And how about the stifle?
Here.
Can you be more specific?
Here.
Okay. Actually, right there, that joint. But good job, good job. Hello, how are you?
Hello, doing well.
Good. And can you tell me how old your goat is?
I believe she was born in 2004.
Huh?
Like, 17.
And can you tell me what breed she is?
Alpine dairy goat.
Very good. And can you tell me where the hock is?
Oh, is that over there? Here?
Okay, not quite. It's actually down here. How about the pastern?
Pastern is right here.
Yeah, very good. Awesome. Good. Okay, let's move these goats. Let's take your goat and move her down to the end, please. Okay, and let's take your goat and move her over here. Let's take your goat and move her over there. And let's take your goat and move her over there. Okay, so that kind of leveled the playing field a little bit, or I should say that it didn't really make much of a difference. When you guys do this side-by-side line, right, remember the judge can be anywhere. You always face the direction the judge puts you in. Don't turn the ring around, and you always go to the head of the line, even if I'm back here. So, FYI, you can pass that on to the people that are watching in there. Okay, so, I'm going to start placing, but it's not over until I start giving reasons. Okay, let's take your goat up into first, and you could start a head to tail line.
Facing which?
So facing the roundhouse, and then bring your goat in second. So you're gonna, right behind, sorry, right behind. Okay, bring your goat into third and your goat into fourth. Okay, we're gonna make one circle so that we can line up in the center of the ring facing this way in this head to tail line. So just bring your goats up. You can stop right here. Good. And then you guys can follow. All right, so our first class, you guys, I wish we had an audience and we could have a big round of applause for you guys, but hopefully at home, really, really good job overall. Our gentleman placing 1 over 2 comes down to fitting. Our hooves are just a little bit more correctly trimmed compared to our young lady in 2. We're just a little bit cleaner overall, a little bit better clipping about the ears, around the hooves, around those dew claws. You both did a really, really, really good job with eye contact. I think our gentleman in number 1 also had a slight advantage of just his smoothness and grace walking about the ring, just a little bit more appropriately paced, although I do know that our animal placing in number 2 does not like to walk at a slow pace, so I do know that's a challenge, but you're most certainly to be commended for the as graceful as you did walk with her around the ring. So 2 placing over 3, again, in her own advantage, fitting. We have an animal that's just more appropriately clipped and showing less staining about the area around the tail. We also have an animal that's tail's been more appropriately trimmed and just overall cleaner than our animal in number 3. And 3 over 4, you guys are a really close pair. And what did it was, in the end, when I was walking around you, you switched sides and kept your animal between me and you. So it was that one little thing that separated you from placing in 4th. So really good job overall. Really good job with your knowledge of the animal's parts. And for an animal that has so much white on her, she is nice and clean. So really good job with that. And again, I hope everybody at home is giving you guys a big round of applause. You certainly deserve it. Stay right there, I'll get your ribbons. Congratulations. Congratulations. Very good job. Good job. All right, gang, you can exit the ring. 1 and 2, stay close by.
For class 2, we have Ethan Bolt and Ophelia, Anna Ayoshba with Jin, Allison Pashtanik with Sky, and Alex Gupta with Margarita.
You can walk. Good, and stop where you are. Okay, let's walk again. Baby goats. Good, let's stop where we are. Okay, we're gonna start a side-by-side line facing the ferrying house. We'll start with your goat and then we'll fall in.
Let's go.
So we'll bring her right up here and stop. Perfect. How are you today?
Doing all right. How are you?
Good. And can you tell me how old your goat is?
She is about a year.
Okay. And what breed is she?
She is an Alpine.
And can you show me where the withers are?
Yep. Right here.
Good. And how about the chine?
In this area.
Yeah, very good. Very good. Yep, right after the withers, that part of the back. How are you?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm good. And can you tell me how old your goat is?
Not in years. She is old-ish. She's got arthritis. I don't know when goats develop that, but
She's actually not old at all.
well, why do you have arthritis? Oh, are you touching the tail?
I am touching the
Okay.
tail. I'm gonna peek at her tail. Good job, really good. You did a really good job cleaning it. for as much as I know, this
Yeah.
goat does not like her tail touched.
No, she doesn't.
Really good. And can you show me where the hock is?
No.
Okay, it's right here.
Oh, okay.
And how about the pastern?
Pastern is the part between the
Yeah.
claw and the hoof.
Exactly, good. Hello, how are you?
I'm good.
And can you tell me how old this goat is?
Jen is about a year.
And what breed she is?
She's an Alpine.
And can you tell me where the loin is? Can you be more like definitive?
Right here.
Yeah, close.
Yeah.
It's that section of the back from the last rib to the hip. And how about the stifle? Okay, not quite. Back here at that joint.
The like knee.
Yeah, like the back knee. Good job. Okay, how are you?
I'm good. How are you today?
I'm good. And can you tell me how old your goat is?
Sky is about a year old.
Okay, and can you tell me what breed she is?
Alpine. There you go.
Very good. And can you show me where the cannon bone is?
I don't know.
Okay. And how about the chine?
Up here.
Not quite. So that's the area from the withers to the last rib. And the cannon bone is the long bone from the knee.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we're gonna move in a side-by-side line. So let's take your goat and move her down to the end, please.
I'd line up facing the river.
Always in a side-by-side line. Good. Let's take your goat and move her in this spot over here. Good. And let's move your goat into this spot over here. And let's take your goat and move her down to the end. Okay, I'm gonna have you take your goat and start a head to tail line facing the barn. And then we'll bring your goat behind, your goat in third behind, and then your goat in fourth behind. And then what we can do is just make one circle around, just a small one, and then come facing this way again, but in the middle of the ring. So just one more circle in that order. So you'll follow the brown doe. Oh, hold up. We're tangled.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, there we go. Good, right there. You did it. You made it to the end line. Okay, so again, I hope that our people at home are especially giving this group a big round of applause. What people may not know is that this group of goats is our youngest group of goats. So we have yearlings, and we have Ophelia, who is only 3, almost 4. She is 4 actually. So she's a little bit of a ringer in that we can see that she leads a lot more easily than our younger animals do because they're just learning this process. But number one, I think that you guys deserve as a whole a huge round of applause because you never gave up on the goats and said, like, forget it. You never lost complete control, and that's something certainly to be said for these young animals. So 1 placing over 2 today, we have a couple advantages. One, yes, while these animals are young, our lady at the head of the line working with this young goat was able to more easily lead her around the ring, and sometimes it just comes down to that. You both are very, very closely matched. I feel like one time I would catch one of you on the wrong side, one time I would catch the other one on the wrong side. So a little bit more eye contact will definitely help as well. Fitting, it came down to fitting as well. One just has better, more closely trimmed hooves compared to number 2. So 2 over 3. An advantage in just a little bit more knowledgeable on her parts. Also, again, eye contact. She more readily switched sides and made more eye contact with me than our gentleman in 3rd. 3 placing over 4, an advantage in fitting. We're seeing an animal that has been had its area around its hooves neatly trimmed, its hair on its tail more neatly trimmed, and is overall just a bit cleaner than our goat in 4. And again, certainly have to commend this young lady in 4th place because she was dealing with a young animal who's just learning to lead, and you did so with a smile, and for that you certainly should be commended. Let me get your ribbons. I hope everybody is giving you a big round of applause at home. And congratulations. 1st and 2nd, stay on standby.
Thank you.
Really good job.
See that?
You guys can leave the ring.
Thank you.
Oh, look, we've got claps. Yay!
For our 3rd class, we have Jenica Lee and Charlotte, Sean Wheat and Venice, Anissa Fernandez and Lauren.
Oh, wait.
Something wrong? Yes, very good. Stop where you guys are and go that way. So just cut in front of Anissa, and it doesn't matter the order you're in. We can just start. Actually, Anissa, you can start. Always clockwise.
Where are we?
We're leading the animals.
Okay. That way. Okay.
Okay, stop where you are, please. Okay, let's walk again. We can walk. We're going to start a side-by-side line with your goat facing the farrowing house, please. So you're going to side-by-side line. Goodness. How are you today?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. And can you tell me how old your goat is?
She is 10 years old.
Okay. And can you tell me what breed she is?
Alpine dairy goat.
Good. And can you tell me where the withers are?
It's right here.
Good. And how about the hock?
The hawk is right here.
Good. Very good. How are you?
Doing well. How are you?
Good. And can you tell me how old your goat is?
About 10 years.
And can you tell me what breed she is?
Alpine dairy goat.
Good. And can you tell me where her pastern is?
Yeah, right here.
Good. And how about her stifle?
Stifle is right here, right?
Yep, very good. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Good.
And can you tell me how old she is?
She is 10.
Okay. And can you tell me what breed of goat she is?
She's an Alpine.
Good. And can you show me where the chine is?
This area.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And how about the cannon bone?
So that's here.
No, it's right here.
Okay.
The long bone from the knee to the dew claw. Okay, let's move these goats. Let's move your goat on the other side of this goat here. And can we move your goat on the other side of this goat here? And can we move your goat on the other side of that goat there? Okay. Let's start head to tail line facing the barn with your goat, so kind of in the middle. So we'll just pull your goat up right here. Let's bring your goat in second behind her, and then your goat in third behind this goat here. Good. Okay, so now since we have an actual audience, let's give them a big round of applause. We have, for those at home, we have some of our swine handling and fitting students watching and serving as our audience. So we greatly appreciate that, because these students definitely deserve that live applause. Our young lady in first place, I think, quite handily wins the class. Based on her attentiveness to where I am and her attentiveness to her animal. So she was just a little bit quicker to switch sides, to keep her animal between me and herself, and also every time she stopped to set up her animal. And you want to remember to do those things, because showmanship is about showing your animal to its best advantage. That being said, one does grant a slight advantage to number 2 in the appropriateness of the hoof trimming job. Our hooves are not trimmed the best on our goat in number 1, but the advantage in fitting didn't quite outweigh the advantage in showmanship for 1 over 2. 2 placing over 3, it comes down to that fitting advantage. So 1 just has our hooves trimmed a little bit more neatly and is just a little bit more neatly trimmed in and about the ears and around the tail and hooves compared to our doe in number 3. Number 3, I happen to know this goat. I know all of them, and I know that she is very difficult to lead. So this young lady in third, certainly to be commended for what a good job you did in handling this animal today. Really good. Let me get your ribbons, and we'll give them another round of applause. Congratulations. And first and second place don't go far. Good job. Okay, you guys can go.
In class 4, we have Giselle Lopez with Aurora, Linda Kirkendall with Gin, and Sam Chang with Margarita.
Good, and stop where you are. Okay, let's walk one more time. We're going to bring your goat in a side. We're going to start a side-by-side line with this brown doe facing this way, please. Perfect. And how are you today?
Okay, how are you?
I'm good. And can you tell me how old this goat is?
This is Rita. She's 1 year old.
And can you tell me what breed she is?
She is an Alpine.
Good. And can you show me where the hock is? Good. And how about the chine?
In this
Yeah.
area, around the
Yeah.
shine.
Yeah, exactly. Loin, chine. So, yep, very good. And how are you today?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. And can you tell me how old this goat is?
She is 14.
And she's actually 4. She's 4. And can you tell me what breed she is?
She is an Alpine dairy goat.
Very good. And can you tell me where the withers are?
Yeah, so it's gonna be right up here.
Good. And how about the stifle?
The stifle would be right here. This
Very good. Nice job. Hello.
Hello.
How are you today?
Doing good.
Good. And can you tell me how old this goat is?
About a year.
And can you tell me what breed she is?
Alpine.
Good. And can you tell me where the barrel is? Yep. And how about the pastern?
Right above her toe over here.
Yep.
Over her whole toe.
Yep, very good. Nice job. You guys certainly did good on those parts. I think this is the best class yet. Okay, we're gonna move in this side-by-side line. So let's start by taking your goat and moving her to the end, please. Good. And let's move your goat over on the other side of this brown doe here. And let's move your goat right into this spot over here. Okay, we're gonna start a head to tail line. Let's take your goat out and put her right facing the fairing house here. So you can just kind of go around, and this way you'll be right in line. Yep, so right, yeah, stop right up here. Good, right there is perfect. Let's bring your goat in second, and then your goat in third. Okay, let's give this class a big round of applause. I think actually I deserve the round of applause for this one because you guys made me work really hard. I think this is actually the tightest placings of all the classes. So there are literally tiny little things between each of you that could absolutely 100% bring you up to the front. Very, very close placings in this class. I really struggled with you two girls because you have the advantage over the entire class in that you set your animal up the most properly, but your animal doesn't have the fitting of the goat in number 2. So 1 definitely grants to number 2 appropriateness of hooves being trimmed. However, it came down to the overall goal of showmanship is to show your animal to its best advantage. So when I stop and have you set up, every time I look at this goat is set up more correctly almost nearly all of the time. So for that advantage, 1 is placing over number 2. 2 placing over number 3, a slight advantage in attentiveness and eye contact as you are walking about the ring. Again, we grant that number 3 leads more readily and more gracefully than number 2, but I am taking into account we do have babies versus a 4-year-old, so you know, there is some accounting for that, but overall, top to bottom, you guys did a really, really good job, and certainly tiny, tiny little things holding, you know, you from placing at the head of the line. So really good job. And as I mentioned before, best job of all the classes as far as knowing the parts of the animals. So really, really good. Let's give them a big round of applause again. And I'm going to have you stay in the ring for our champion round.
Thank you.
Good job, guys. Really good. And you guys, our second and third, you guys can head out of the ring.
So here we have our champion round. We have Sam with Margarita, Anna with Gin, Anissa with Lauren, and Derek with Venice.
Okay guys, let's make a circle and walk 1 time, just 1 loop around, and then you can actually come into a side-by-side line. So one loop for now. we go. Good baby. Good, stop where you are. Good, okay, let's make another loop. You could stop right up here, and actually in a head to tail line is fine, as we were. Good, right there. I just need a reminder. Let's do. Would you take the goat behind you? So we're going to switch animals. Anna, you could take the goat behind you. Nisa, you could take the goat behind you. And Derek, you'll come up here. Okay, let's make one loop this way. Good, and stop where you are. Okay, and keep walking. We'll stop in a head to tail line right up there. Yeah, perfect, right there. Okay, you can go back to your animal. We're going to go back to our goats. Okay, I'm not going to make these babies walk again. Okay, let's give all our first place class winners a big round of applause. This has been a ton of fun for me to judge you guys. You really all did a really, really good job. But today I think there's two individuals that really made me work and really made me think and are literally just tiny little things between them. It really just came down to who just set up their animal a little bit more appropriately and also handled their animal as well as another problematic animal the best. And so our champion is going to be our young man with Venice. So congratulations. Your animals fit very well. The hairs, it's hard to find a hair out of place on her. In addition, when you handled Rita, you did an excellent job, and so well deserving of that champion ribbon. For reserve champion, we're going to come to our young lady handling Jin. And again, it just came down to just a little bit more appropriateness set of the feet and legs from our young man, but another beautiful fitting job. Our hooves are trimmed well. The hair in her ears is clipped really well, and you were always super attentive, making eye contact with me, and did a really, really great job handling another goat as well. So really good. Let's give them a big round of applause once again. Congratulations.
Thank you. Good job, Jim.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I need a picture of you guys. So, you guys can head back in. Really, really good job, both of you. I know you didn't expect that, did you? These poor babies are like, I've had enough. And let me grab a picture of you two.
Congratulations.
You too. Good job.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. Congratulations. You did really, really good. Your first handling and fitting.
Right? And Jim's
And
first.
Jin's first, the baby goat. She's seasoned now. But you did really good with her. And what impressed me was how you handled Rita. That was really, really good.
Going with